Welcome to Grand Prairie Update. I'm Don Johnson.
And I'm Terry Briggs. Here's what's happening in your city.
Here's another sign that the economy is bouncing back in Grand Prairie. Contractors are clearing a site on the city's north side for the River Point Commerce Center. The 600,000 square foot industrial development is the largest of its kind in the city in several years. During a groundbreaking ceremony Monday, officials pointed out Grand Prairie's location helped attract this commercial venture and others that are on the way.
Well, it just shows that they feel like the economy is coming back. Also, they feel like this is a prime location. 161, a short hop that way, I-20, I-30 that way. My goodness, great Southwest Industrial District right that way. Location, 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 and we've got dirt available.
Two things are going to help us. The location, the proximity to the transportation infrastructure, and the design of the building is designed such that we're not going to mix personnel cars with trailer traffic, and then we're going to design the building so they can be split and secured in individual suites, which tenants like the securability of this type of project.
The River Point Commerce Center is supposed to be ready for business by October of this year.
Grand Prairie opened the doors to a true city treasure to celebrate a very special occasion.
This is very nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad y'all do this.
2014 is the 105th anniversary of Grand Prairie as a city, and as part of the celebration, the public was invited to a free open house at the historic Copeland Home, the residence that Dr. Horace Copeland and his family moved into just over 105 years ago.
This was his office, so he would see patients here and in his kitchen and also in their own homes.
Dr. Copeland set up his medical practice in the house and was the first doctor the city ever had. Over the years, he delivered hundreds of Grand Prairie babies and was respected and admired for his willingness to treat anyone who needed his help, whether they could afford to pay him or not. The home is now recognized by the state of Texas as a historical landmark, and thanks to continuing restoration efforts by the city and the Grand Prairie Historical Organization, people can still see what life was like in the earliest days of Grand Prairie.
Toast goes in here, and you close it like that.
They do know by records he delivered over 4,000 Grand Prairie babies, and he actually saw patients here in his home and in the kitchen and in the front office, and then he would also go by horse and buggy to the people's homes. In his office, we still have his original desk, his original medical bag, and some of his tools are still there. There's a china cabinet in the dining room that was donated by his granddaughter. So there are a lot of pieces that belong to the Copeland family. Also in the home, you have this butter churn, and the churn was mid-1800s. This churn was donated by a member of the Height family, which was an original Grand Prairie family. You know, you feel a connection, a sense of nostalgia. You get to go through, and you know, people our age and younger, they don't remember times before there was the internet and there was computers and VCRs and DVD players, and it's neat to step inside. I would like to see more younger people my age and below, that actually embrace their history, because when you have a sense of pride of your home and of your community, then you take care of it. It's yours. And you know, we need that here in Grand Prairie. We need people and citizens that are prideful of where we live.
If you'd like to know more about the Copeland Home and Grand Prairie history, you can visit the Grand Prairie Historical Organization's website at gphistorical.com.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Excitement, anticipation, pride, and Grand Prairie's mayor were all present at a special reunion at Dubisky Career High School that included a prized motorcycle being loaded onto a trailer for a big trip.
Raise it up, boys. There we go.
The bike is bound for Corpus Christi and the Texas State High School Skills Competition. The reason it was a reunion and for all the attention is that this motorcycle is a retired Grand Prairie Police Harley Davidson, donated by the city and specially delivered to the school's auto shop by the mayor last fall.
Here are the keys. My first impressions when I saw it was I was overwhelmed. Exceeded my expectations. It was vibrated a lot that day because, you know, it had a lot of miles on it. Still has the miles, but y'all have really
We completely freshened everything up in the motor. The motorcycle, when it came to us, had 80,000 miles, and it needed a little bit freshening up.
From the moment it arrived, the bike has served its new purpose very well as a teaching and learning tool in the school's automotive technology and repair program. Dozens of kids have gotten hands-on experience retooling, remodeling, and customizing it.
And we changed pistons and cylinders. They reconditioned the heads. They replaced the cams. They put a new exhaust system on it. We went ahead and put some custom stretch bags on it. We did some paint work to it. We did cables. So they went from end to end of this motorcycle.
Then they entered it in a regional skills competition where it won first place for Best of Show. That also qualified them to take the trip to state in South Texas.
They're learning life skills with this project, and this is something they'll be able to take with them outside beyond school.
That's what we're trying to instill. Everybody can be somebody. You don't have to get straight A's in English and political science or IT. You can excel in other things, and they excelled in this, so they can take this, and it's pride. It's pride.
Dubisky's automotive program has won first place at state for motorcycles the last 2 years in a row.
Did y'all contribute to a retirement account this year?
The Grand Prairie Memorial Library is hosting a free tax service for elderly and low-income residents. The American Association of Retired Persons is providing professional preparers to help file returns for seniors and folks who can't afford a private tax service. The free AARP Tax Service is being offered Monday and Wednesdays from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. through April 14th. If you plan to use the service, make sure you bring last year's tax return, your 1099 forms, and W-2 statements. For more information, go to the library's website or call 972-237-5700.
Okay, well, how do you spell the last name?
For the first time ever, Grand Prairie's public libraries are taking a serious step in an effort to recover overdue fees and unreturned books and materials.
$12.50 is what you owe.
Records show that the city's 3 branch libraries are owed a combined $400,000 in overdue fees and materials, so officials are urging patrons with outstanding accounts to resolve those issues by May 1st to avoid having them turned over to a collection agency. They are offering several ways to clear the accounts, including visiting your branch in person to pay in full or set up a payment plan, paying online, and dropping off overdue materials in the library's 24-hour drop boxes.
It's not uncommon for libraries to do this. It's the first time for us, but this is not an uncommon practice for other public libraries to facilitate the use of a collection agency to go and contact the patrons to get the materials back. Sometimes we can tell them, but sometimes you need a, forgive the expression, a little bit bigger hammer to let them know, hey, we're really serious about getting these books back. And it is. It's the material belongs to all of us, and everything that leaves the building and doesn't come back impacts everybody's use of the building. We either have to repurchase it, or we aren't able to replace it because it was a one-of-a-kind edition of the book. There's lots of ripples that come out of that, out of somebody doing that.
If you have questions or need information, you can visit any of the city's libraries, go online to gptx.org/library, email gplibrary@gptx.org, or call 972-237-5700 during office hours.
That's it for this edition of Grand Prairie Update.
Hope you'll join us next time.